Welcome back to another season of Behind the Screams. It is January 11th, 2025. As you guys know, it takes all year to build the scene like we build out here. So you guys have seen us build the old 1800s church with the graveyard, all the real tombstones. Last year we did the bayou scene, the swamp house with the crazy wrecked airplane. This year we've got to up the antes. So we're gonna invest more money into this scene than we've ever invested before. We've been collecting props and crazy equipment for the past couple years to actually redo this scene. We're gonna show you guys all the drawings. We're gonna walk you guys through, show you what it looks like now and what we plan to do. So come with me, let's do it. One of the big ideas that I have this year is I've already collected a giant motor and a wheel, and I want to make a conveyor belt where these barrels are actually getting moved into the building or into the mine shaft. I'm not sure where to put it yet, but this is a job for Steve, Matt, Dan, Troy. Good luck, boys. This one's going to be a hard one. I need a conveyor belt. I need some way to move these barrels, and what better guys to do it than you guys, because I'm not gonna come up with it. We're actually gonna keep the water tower. I wanna move it somewhere. This is a really cool prop. Water actually flows through it. We've got the big tank, and it's just moving water. This building, we're actually gonna keep. I love this building. It's been here for probably the last decade. We're gonna reincorporate it, keep this as Deadwood Mining Company, or at least the beginning of Deadwood Mining Company. And I don't know if the old conveyor belt's gonna go right here going into the building, or actually on the other side over here where it's gonna be going down into the mine shaft. But another cool piece that we've collected already is a giant transport truck for these barrels. It's this 1950s milk truck that we're gonna pack full of old barrels that are gonna have bodies in it. I collected it probably 3 years ago and I've been dying to use it in this scene. So that's gonna be sitting right here. This is another big reason we need to redo this scene. As you can see, some of the retaining wall areas are collapsing, and back behind these walls is our behind the screens area for all of our security and Troy to go film in. This is all a big area that the public doesn't get to see, but we use these corridors behind the scenes nonstop. So we need to rebuild these retaining walls, and we've bought a bunch of railroad ties. So this is another big reason to redo this scene this year. We're gonna clear out this whole area, leave only the building basically. So all this stuff we're gonna store and kind of get it out of here so we can reuse it later. This area back here with the diesel tanks, this is gonna be one of the coolest areas. Let me show you what's gonna go on here. We're actually gonna build an old crane, or we're gonna put a boom truck up here or something that is gonna lower our floating room down into the mine shaft. So this is gonna be a crazy scene that I've wanted to do forever, and it's gonna be pretty wild.
Today we're going to be working out back on the new scene, adding some fence lines so we know what direction we're going back there.
Oh, that's going to be hard to do doing it in reverse.
Damn, I didn't even, wow. Wow.
You're trying to drill left-handed just now?
Yeah. In reverse?
Oh, last one. You'll learn later in life.
Bro, I almost got it.
I almost got it.
Okay, so.
I got it. Yeah! We're running about a month and a half behind schedule right now. So I'm more than a little nervous for Halfway to Halloween, which is in, what, 3 weeks? But we're good now. It's 85 degrees out here. We're sweating. And we got guys rocking and rolling.
I think the others decided the same thing.
About 5 more to go?
Yep, 5 more sections, and then just the scene separator's done. Now we can start at the scene. That'll be cool. Just gonna take a look at it. Step back for a second. See how it looks.
Looks good.
Looks good. Hey! The Great Wall of Deadwood is coming along. It's definitely special. That is gonna be the entrance to a mine shaft. That's where the conveyor belt's gonna go. So we're gonna have the conveyor belt with all the barrels going in and out, and that's gonna come out, so it's gonna look like we're delivering barrels and bodies into the mine shaft. You wanna move those boards real quick? I'm gonna grab the sawzall and the chainsaw. Let's cut these down. Okay. Let's get wild. Okay. That's probably good right there, I think.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
So, you know, we pulled it just the right angle. Yeah, it took a little bit of math, but we got it.
Guys cutting down the trees and just falling on their houses.
Whoa! Oops.
We're gonna have to close the gap a little bit. We need to get the conveyor belt in here first though to kind of see how much room we actually have to play with and the barrels going in and out, and then we can enclose it because I don't like the size right now. It's real bad. Real bad. What up, dude?
What's up? What's up?
Hey, dude.
Ready to get things going
Get
on?
crazy? Yeah, the goal was just to get everything out of here.
Yeah, clean everything up.
And I got these boys over here that are finishing up these holes right now, so we can finish this. JT's grabbing the other railroad ties.
Oh, nice.
Well, he's got the poles already. Before we could even start this scene, we had to tear down the whole perimeter, which behind here is all the security walks. This is where all of our security roam, so they have eyes on everything, all the scenes. But it was all starting to dilapidate and fall. So it's really been holding us up, and it's starting to make me have a panic attack because it's July and this is all we've got done. Once this place is all cleared out, we're gonna have the crane come in and they're gonna pick up the conveyor belt, which is gonna go down into the mine shaft. That'll have all the barrels on it getting delivered. About right where Troy's standing right now is gonna go to the milk truck. This is where the milk truck's coming in, where that's gonna be unloading the barrels that goes down into the mine shaft. We got a big wall that's gonna go in here. So that'll be kind of to separate that scene from over here. We've got the giant lift. So the mine shaft elevator is gonna go here. Big crane is gonna go up where these diesel tanks are. And then I'll show you guys what we still have to finish, this part. So this is what I was saying with the whole wall. Everything we've done out here has been, and this is actually the best part. This is easy. So this isn't gonna look as bad. You're gonna ask why this took so long. This is actually the easy part. The rest of it we had to dig out with tractor, everything. This is gonna be easy to finish, but we have to clear out everything so we can actually get the bobcats back here. So later this week, this will all be done. The scene will be clean. And we're gonna get the crane back here to start putting new projects and new things into the scene so you guys can actually see some progress on what we've been working on. Let's grab a railroad tie and we'll start carrying railroad ties back. Try to find the best one out there. It's not cracked, it's starting to look rough.
So close. With pride, prying action.
Yeah. Troy's going beast mode.
Nope.
Will you guys grab another tamp bar? You're gonna sit down.
Oh, nice.
It's not, it's gonna keep going like this.
Whoa!
I missed. Come on! Come on, Matthew! I'm gonna switch sides here. Okay, I'm gonna get out of the way.
Oh.
Dude, it's hard to aim, bro. Last time it was me dropping 6 screws.
Perf.
That's good.
Let's clear this hole out one more time, just because we got some dirt in it.
A little bit.
Dog agrees. All right, game over. Call it. Rain delay. Tomorrow.
Thank you.
All right, boys.
Calling it?
Yep. No more.
All right.
It's supposed to rain for another hour and a half. And these guys are slow, so we can't work in here. Beep that out. So today's a real exciting day. Today's crane day. We're getting to move a lot of the big pieces into the scene. So we've got this giant truck bed, this old 50s milk truck. We've got the conveyor belt we've got to move back there, and the giant wheel that we're gonna use for the old school crane. A lot of these pieces you can't get into these scenes because we have 12-foot fences all the way around, so we've got to use an actual crane. So this is always a fun day and scary, because this isn't gonna be the scary part, moving on to the trailers to move it. The scary part is we have to take it over my 1800s barn, we got to take it over the museum, we got to take it over the new tractor barn, so we have no room for error. I definitely don't want to drop this thing through the barn. So that's the only thing I'm nervous for, but everything else is gonna be so cool. I'm stoked for it. Time to get real nervous for me. Am I sweating because it's hot or because I'm scared that it's gonna fall through the barn? I don't know. We gotta lift this over the tractor barn and into the scene. And then we gotta lift this over into the scene. And then the milk truck has to go over the barn, which I'm terrified about. I just wanna get it over with kind of, but we'll save it, I guess.
Stand your ground. All you do is keep tension on it and it'll automatically turn itself.
That's cool.
Because it'll get away from you and just start spinning like a helicopter.
Did you get that scene? Wrap your arm.
Yes, so I'm gonna wrap around. I actually went and got a harness. So the harness, it clicks here, wrap around here, turn. He said, don't try and hold yourself, just let it go. I got it, I got it. Got me a trailer.
First prop in scene. All right. Next one's the wheel. This one will be a little goofy because we had to concrete in holes for the actual base of this. So JT and myself measured everything, and it's on a slant, and nothing is level, so we're gonna see how this works.
You'd be so sad if it fell right now.
Yes, yes, I would be very sad. Oh, okay, hold on 1 second here. Remember that time that I said that we needed to level them properly and do everything properly? Nothing is level, so we're gonna see how this worked. We're gonna have to chainsaw these out a little bit. The fronts are on, the middles are on, but the back are off by like 4 inches. So we need to chop the middle real quick. We have cut the posts. We are ready to set it back down. All right, well, you guys grab that strap and we'll take it up front. And now it's time for the nasty one. It's time for the scary.
Everybody should probably
milk truck.
him real quick.
A little nervous. just a back end totally. I think it's good. I think we call it. Go ahead and lower it down and we'll unhook it. That is exciting, thank God. I wanted something cool but not expensive to happen. This is the day we've been waiting for since November. So this has been 8 months of planning to get these things back here. Super excited to finish, to start actually putting up the fences, putting up the walls. Now that things are in place, we can kind of start redesigning and putting everything where it goes. Because we've been kind of on hold until these got into place. So now it's time for the fun part. All right, we're checking in today. It is August 30th, and as you can see, we've got a lot done, but we still have to put some finishing touches on out here. We've got all the walls up, so the path is almost 100% complete. You can see the crane arm back here. The crane arm, we actually ended up putting 800 pounds of concrete in the ground to make a base for it, so it'll actually be able to hold up that floating room. So that's gonna be a super cool scene over here. These guys are working on the conveyor belt and kind of finishing the loading dock for the truck, while Steve is making it operational and making sure everything works on it. So we got 2 weeks till opening day, so it's crunch time. It's time to get to work.
I've been working on some parts and pieces, fabrication, trying to make some things happen so that as the barrels go around, we have a way for them to flip over without tearing apart the machine. In doing so, we've come up with some brackets, and we're actually gonna be drilling this. I have it pre-drilled marks and for cutting. So these will actually be the base of these brackets, which in turn will hold the barrels in place. We shall see. Got some holes made, now time to cut them into pieces. Alright, so just got done with these. We got 16 of these. People say, well, what is this for? So now we're gonna be at the point of attaching the barrels to the conveyor belt. In order to do that, we took these brackets, basically at this point, and built a bracket, welded them together, drilled some holes on there. We needed a mounting point that could mount onto the 1-inch piece of the conveyor belt. By doing that, if we go through there with the bolts, we need to actually have a plate for underneath. So each one of these plates is going to hold underneath, so this will be pinned to the conveyor. And then we have this, which gives us a point to mount our handy dandy barrels, which we'll show you in a minute what we did there. Actually, we have them in the next room. So now we have the brackets, we have the plates that are gonna mount. What are we doing? We're actually attaching it to these barrels. The barrels now we've welded on some angle iron, did some things. We needed a point where we could actually mount these brackets that would be attached to the conveyor, but give us a swing we need to move up and down and articulate on the conveyor belt. So as it comes around, we're gonna have an endless supply of barrels by being able to come around the whole conveyor and it flip-flop. Otherwise you'd have to have a double hinge. In this case, it'll work and cover that. So the next step on the conveyor belt, okay, go through here, we have to cut the cross braces, and the reason behind that is when the barrels come over, they have the articulation spin, we gotta get past these bad boys. So bolted it in, got it in place, and now we just gotta hope that it holds together. It's gone. It fell. That's it looks very sturdy. I'm not nervous at all right now. Maybe a little bit. Well, okay, we'll keep cutting. We'll find out.
Look at the wobble in the leg.
Need something for here.
I think that's what it is this. I think that's actually what's moving.
Yeah.
I don't think that these I-beams are gonna buckle.
Here's the other problem we didn't think about. There's bolt heads. Do you think we have to get different bolts that are flat?
I thought about doing the other carriage bolts.
Yeah.
But because it's only gonna hit this.
Yep. No, I see.
But I think we're gonna be good. This is fine. I'm not worried at all. What we like to do is get about a 2,000-pound conveyor belt and then take out 90% of the supports. I think that that's probably the best thing to do. I measured the distance here, but I didn't remember. I may have probably measured, you know, the other side. We found that out later that they were off. Yeah. So which is awesome, but it'll work. There's always a workaround. All right, looks like we got this all bolted on, ready to go. We're gonna do a trial run and see what happens. Win.
It's working so far.
Hey, if it was from getting from there to here, that part's working.
That's terrifying. Oh, clamp. Stop.
All right, as you guys can see, we had a big, expensive mistake. So it's back to the drawing board. We need to change one of the gears. We need to move the barrel over like an inch so it doesn't hit everything. So back to the drawing board. We'll check in a day or two. Hopefully we can get this figured out. All right, we're checking back in. We finally got the barrels done. So as you guys remember, the barrels were offset just a little bit, and it was actually ripping off the rollers underneath. All the hard work that Steve did while they were getting all ripped off. So we reset the barrels, re-welded a bunch of stuff on. We actually had to take this track and shrink it up because it had too much slack in it. So now that it's all tightened up, it's ready to rock and roll. And so we're gonna showcase it right now. So, as you guys can see, all the lights kick on. It's super loud, it sounds amazing, it sounds super industrial. So, hopefully this thing runs all season. If not, we'll blame it on Steve. We got the big milk truck in the scene, and it's backed up to the actual conveyor belt to make it look like it's a loading dock, and it's delivering all of the bodies or barrels into the mine shaft. So that's a huge part of it that was super hard to get in here. And then we've got all the mine carts. So we've got tons of mine carts throughout the hunt, and these are all kind of like make the path here to kind of guide people underneath the giant water tower that we kept. Off on this side, we're gonna have one of our big actors. He's about 6'8", and he's got this giant, it looks like a transformer slash equipment dude that is huge. He'll be coming out of that section. So after we make it into the building, we actually built an area just for power. So we had to have a place where we had power, where we could run our amps and our lights, and where we're gonna get, you know, power for the crane and everything. So this is just a little area that needed to be nice and neat and tucked away that none of the patrons can see. You know, we can't have anybody coming through here, so these doors are both locked, and this will only be for the Frightmare team to come in and deal with the sound and lights. This next scene is one of my favorites, only because it's all the equipment. You know, we get to collect all this crazy equipment through the whole year, from all the pickaxes to tanks to helmets, you name it. I spent too much money on eBay this year. But all this really cool antique equipment. And then of course you enter into the body cages. And this is what's in all the barrels. We have bodies in all the barrels. This is where we're storing them. You know, we're taking them down into the mine shafts to actually keep them cool. So when we need to work on bodies, we've got them stored down there. This is actually the room that we're out here with all the guys working in, that we had to rebuild all of the retaining wall and all this wall. This is all to behind the scenes where all the security is. So this is all completely different, and how it actually flows and what we actually had to do to make it structurally sound. And this last scene is one of my favorite parts of this new build. So this is gonna be the elevator into the mine shaft. So we've got the giant crane that'll be spinning. The chains are all hooked to the top where it's actually gonna look like it's lifting it up or sinking it down in. We were gonna do all the airbags down below, but after looking into it, we kinda decided against it. We didn't know exactly how it was gonna work with the weather. We didn't want everything to get dry rot. We didn't want everything to kinda get wet underneath, and this thing is super heavy, so it's gonna be a nightmare to get these airbags on. So instead, we actually got these crazy vibration motors that we're gonna mount underneath the floor, that when you flip the switch, it's actually gonna vibrate the whole thing and kind of simulate that you're getting lifted up into the air by the crane. This scene actually had the giant workbenches and all the shelves in it and all the stuff that we actually cleared out to make it have that old elevator shaft feel. So we put the giant grates on here, all the slats on the wall. We've got a couple little things we're gonna add, like the old elevator lights and some of the old switches. And then of course, you gotta go underground. So this trail actually goes to the Frightmare Mineshaft that go underground. You guys definitely have to come out and see this. The camera doesn't do it justice. So make sure you guys come out and see us this season. Get your tickets at thefrightmarecompound.com. And as always, like, subscribe, follow, whatever you want to do, but visit every Tuesday at 6 p.m.